Hey guys, Rob from Ultimate Diesel Tuning. Well, behind me is something a little bit more special than you see every day, and it's an Isuzu NPS 75-155. We've been doing a heap of these over the last few years, and the results really speak for themselves. But what I want to do today is actually talk to the owner about this vehicle and why he built it and how much it's changed, and we did a custom dyno tune on it. Now I want to introduce you to Glenn, the owner of this Isuzu, and talk to you about why he ended up with an Isuzu truck over his 79. Great to see you, Glenn.
Okay, Rob.
So we actually tuned Glenn's 70 series a number of years ago, and we've tuned this, it'd be nearly 2 months ago, was it, Glenn?
Yeah, roughly just after Christmas, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, how did you end up getting out of the 79 and into this?
Well, the 79 was always short term,
Yeah.
because this unit we wanted something that we could go off grid, go up doing high country, over to Fraser, do whatever we want with it, instead of having to, you know, rig up a 79 and have it fully loaded to be able to do it. So this was a natural choice to get it on, and yeah, because it also pulls a 3.5 ton off-road caravan.
I think, and just talking to you before about it, more and more people, if you go back 5 years ago, everyone was touring with a 79 series, or they were touring with the 200 series. And literally I'm seeing 2 to 3 of these a week now between our shops. Originally these would have been heavily focused around the tradie. Now they're the tourer, and exactly what you're doing with them as well. How does it compare towing your big van compared to the 79?
79.
Yeah.
Well, the 79, the van 3.5 ton it'd pull it around.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't even know it's behind it except for its weight.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't play around with it. It just tows it wherever you want it.
Yeah,
It's good.
great.
So, yeah.
And taking me back a step, what sparked you to, I mean, obviously we tuned your 79 and you know the massive differences that we get from the improvements in the tune with that. But tell us about this. How did you end up sort of wanting to get it tuned?
Well, I did some homework before I bought it,
Yeah.
and found that, yeah, they are a bit on the gutless side.
Yes.
From manufacturer, same as the 79 series. And we took it for a run down to Victoria when it was brand new with the caravan on the back. And basically I was trying to push my foot through the floor the whole time. Back to 80, fourth gear most of the trip, anytime you saw a little hill.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was like once I got 5,000 up on it, I went, it's coming in for a tune.
Yeah.
And at this point now, it's, yeah, chalk and cheese from what it was. I mean, you can actually pass things now where before you were the roadblock. You know, I'm no longer the roadblock, and yeah, you can actually, it's the other way around now. Once you get it out on the open road and rolling, and keep your rolling speed up, it's actually, you're always looking to bring it back because you're easily getting up over the 100 with it, and that's with the caravan on the back. So you stay in top gear, fuel economy's increased beautifully. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That was my next question. So you have had a
Yeah, well,
noticeable difference?
it was new, 1,000 Ks, it was doing roughly 28s going down to Victoria. Did a trip down there, then a trip up to the north side, Noosa north side, and it's sitting on about 23.5, 24s now. And I can do the legal speed limit, and I have power. It's lovely.
Yeah, right. That's a pretty big drop in fuel consumption. And look,
It is.
one of the things is it depends on how you drop. The additional power you do see, if you're going to use all that bit of power, you're going to use more fuel. But what we find with most people when the vehicle gets tuned is they're driving similar and the car's doing it easier, or the vehicle's doing it easier, and in turn you see some saving in fuel. But that's a massive saving, what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not trying to push your foot through the floor, you're backing off the accelerator because you've got your rolling speed up, and you're actually doing the speed limit. So yeah, it's just a fuel save from there.
Yeah, good. One other thing, this has got obviously a custom paint job, which is very much exactly the same colour as Glenn's 79. You don't see many of these which have got the graphite sort of grey colour on this, which looks good. But I want to just go through, tell us about, obviously you've got the bar at the front, put the lights on. Tell us about, as we walk around it, what you've done to it, Glenn.
Well, I mean, it's got, like on the front here, as you said, it's got the 20,000 pound winch under there. Spotlights, I put the bar up the top. It's mainly for night time when you're out in the bush, the bar, I don't use them. Usually I just use the spotlights.
Yep. Driving
Long distance a lot overnight, I like long shot spotlights. I don't like splatters in front, so these are long shot lights. ATW, basically, they sell all the parts for these, they've manufactured them. That's all their roof gear, all the bars, the bull bar, the tow bar on the back. It's got the new air scoop on it instead of the Isuzu one. It's got the extension on the exhaust system, so it's now a side
Yeah,
exhaust.
we saw that when you come down here.
Yeah.
So one thing, I mean, obviously you've kitted it out really nicely, and you know, it was the first thing I noticed, the nice side pipe on it, but also the setup with obviously the rooftop section there, and you know, we had a good look inside what you've done there with the canopy, and it's the first thing I noticed was space. The amount of space you've got to your traditional utes when you have a canopy, this is just can't be compromised. So for what I've been seeing is a lot of families, if you've got 3 kids, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I mean, it's 4 seats in the back, which the only thing is ours are grown up now. Yeah. So that's okay.
You mentioned obviously now, since you've tuned it, driving it on the road, it maintains speed a heap better. How does it sit on the road?
I mean, at the moment, with the airbags and everything on the back, it actually sits quite nicely. I mean, it's a truck, so it does rock and roll a little at the top.
Yeah. Which is just the same as a 79.
Yeah, not as bad. But yeah, there's still a lot to do. The seats and everything inside have to be done, but it actually sits quite nicely on the road.
And that's your second gear you took off in there?
Yeah, this thing, depending with the caravans on the back is how I take off. You know, if it's a bit of a hill or it's flat, I can still take off in second. But no, it's the acceleration now is better. As its whole drivability thing is a lot better now. You're not having to, go back a gear when you shouldn't. I mean, that's the 3rd gear, rolling start, and it picks up quick.
And we're like at under 40 k's an hour.
Yeah. And just you notice very much.
Yeah, you're like now down in 35 k's an hour, 3rd gear, and going up, but we're going up a bit of an elevation as well. Yeah. From people using them as a daily work vehicle, you can see why. They're easy to get around. They drive really well.
Anything in the Japanese trucks, they're very simple to drive. Yeah, they're easy.
Yeah, well, look, Glenn, I think firstly, thanks for bringing it back in, and it's good to hear that that experience you've had.
Yeah.
Not having tuned it yesterday, today, you've done some experience. You've towed the van, you've had it out, and you've been able to compare some of those roads that you had prior to tuning it, and it's real life experience. But
no, I'm happy.
Well, Glenn, thanks very much, and thanks for sharing your impressive build with us.
Not a problem.